Hey rockers, and this is Anna from My Guard, and I'm here to answer your questions, so let's get started. First of all, excuse me for this thing. This is heat wave again in the Netherlands. It's just June. Unbelievable. And the funny thing is, when I was moving here last year, I brought the heat wave that year as well, but so excuse me, this is what it is. It's really hot. So the first question: which bands or artists influenced your style? Well, some of you might know that some of you may know that I'm a classical musician. I was trained to be a classical musician, so therefore I have many inspiration from classical music composers like Bartók Béla or Debussy. And when I was 13, my dad gifted me with my first bass guitar. And since that, my whole journey with rock music has started. The biggest influence and the biggest role model I have ever had is Melissa Aftermauer. She is the former bass guitarist of Hole and Smashing Pumpkins, music composer, singer, solo artist, goddess, spirit guide, everything. I just, she has been my biggest role model in my musical journey ever since. And yes, she has her really personal and really unique way of moving on stage with the bass guitar. And blame my 13-year-old self, because when I started to learn how to play on bass guitar, I was listening to her music, and of course I was watching her music videos, and I was kind of imitating her moves. So I'm not denying that she hasn't had an impact on my stage moves as well, but I'm so thankful for her for this thing as well. And yeah. The other artist or band I would like to mention is Korn. I still remember I was laying on the floor and I was listening to their album called Issues. You know, I was listening to cassettes, so I had my Walkman. And I just knew, by that point, everything changed. I knew that I have to dive into these deep and dark sounds which Korn had, and the lyrics of Jonathan Davis, they helped me get me through some serious things in life, and they helped me to process some serious and hard things in life. I'm so thankful to this band, and I'm still thinking about getting a tattoo around my heart, like Daughter of Korn or something like this. I'm truly the biggest fan. Another new metal bands like Limp Bizkit, POD, System of a Down, they all also have a effect on my music. And surprisingly, I'm not listening to many female-fronted bands, especially not symphonic metal bands. The only symphonic metal bands I truly like is Nightwish, but them as well from the early ages, like Wishmaster, Oceanborn, Century Child albums. They are my favorite from them. So yeah, pretty much that's it, but Korn and Melissa Aftermauer, Queen and Kings. Question number 2: when and how you knew you wanted to be an artist? Well, as I said, when I started to write my own music, I immediately knew that it's gonna be my self-realization. And I've always chosen the hardest, the more difficult path in connection with. I never let anyone to tell me how to write my music. I never let anyone to tell me what to do with my music, how to represent it in visuals. So yeah, I would say from the age of 17, 18, when I started with the first demos of My Guard, I knew that this is gonna be my self-realization, and this is gonna be my musical journey. It's really hot. Question number 3: what fact about you would surprise your fans? I think I'd rather show it to you because I think this will tell everything. Look at my pinky fingers. They're little fingers. They're like, how do you call that? The hangers for the clothes. I was born like this. I was born like this. I did a research, and it means that you're an artistic person, which is, of course, it's not a surprising connection with me. But it's really difficult to use these fingers on a bass guitar. It's almost completely impossible. So I would rather use these three fingers instead. But on flutes, they are perfect. So I truly have the perfect flutist hand. Another interesting thing, I have a hole on my scalp. I like to call it as a cave or a swimming pool. I was born this way again, and I don't know what's happened. Maybe I was hit by an axe in my previous life, I don't know. And I have my mother likes to call it as a fire mark. I have like a red mark underneath my hair. And my mother always told me this is the place where the Oivar picked you when you were born. So these are the interesting things about me. Question number 4. Do you have any pre-show rituals? Well, I'm really sensible in connection with sleeping. If I don't get enough sleep, which means 7-8 hours a day, I can get really grumpy and you don't want to talk to me. Therefore, because on tours it's almost impossible to have a proper amount of sleep, when I go into the backstage and everything is just prepared for the show, I like to lay down and just for 20 minutes I like to close my eyes and just listen to some podcast or some meditation thingies on Spotify. I just like to relax. I just like to be relaxed and just be prepared for the show mentally and physically. And then I start to do my makeup, which I consider as well as a meditation process. It just really helps me to get into the mood, that I will be performing and I will be entertaining people. I really like to do that, doing my makeup, and then I talk everything through with my boys, and I drink some healthy smoothie, I eat a banana, and then we are ready to rock. Oh yes, and then I warm up my voice, just not to forget about the technical and musical things, sorry. Question number 5. What is your plan for the future? Well, I think this is a really brave question, especially in 2020. But at least we have a plan. I will be flying back to Hungary and we will be going to the studio to record our new songs. We will shoot a music video. So this whole summer will be about Eszter as a band working on a new material, which we entitled Furia. And another interesting thing which I'm so looking forward to is to perform solo. I will have 3 shows, exclusive shows in the Netherlands, which I call as solitary sessions, and I've never done this before. I'm so looking forward to it because it's a challenge for me, and I'm ready to perform my songs in a different kind of instrumentation. And yeah, pretty much that's it for the summer. And as with many bands, it happened to Eszter as well. We had to cancel our club tour in April, but we could postpone some shows, so we'll be live again in November. So we're truly looking forward to it. That is the plan, and we will see what's gonna be happening, of course, but we're optimistic. So thank you so much for your time, thank you so much for your questions. Big kisses for you, and I can't wait to meet you on our shows again.